What happened in Edo State is in the public domain. All of us are aware. And you are also aware that the political leadership in various states, in concerned states, have already taken action. And I remember the governor of that state visited governor of Kano State. They also discussed at political levels. So I don't think it's much of a problem now. At political leadership level, issues are being resolved. It's not everything that is military. Some will even require you journalists to address. Some will require politicians to address. So this one, the politicians have started addressing it, and we watch and see the outcome of what they are doing. And I don't think there's going to be any much issues after the governor has visited Kano State and commiserated with the governor, and they also discussed, and what they discussed is also in the public domain, which you as a journalist must have seen. So, however, thank you for bringing it up, but it's been politically addressed. So thank you very much for coming, and I wish you well. I wish you happy week as we rise to observe 1 minute silence in honor of our fallen heroes. As to whether the welfare of troops is not taken care of, or that there are so much complaints about their welfare by troops. Well, to the best of my knowledge and what the armed forces is doing, our troops are adequately taken care of. And you are a journalist. If you have watched over the Salah break, you would have noticed the Chief of Army Staff, the Chief of Air Staff, and other senior officers from services headquarters visiting troops at the front line to celebrate Salah with them. And those that are wounded, I can still remember vividly that the Commander Corps of Infantry, General A.K. Ibrahim, was at 44 Military Hospital to have lunch with our wounded in action. And last year, while I held sway as the Commander Corps of Artillery, I personally was in that same 44 Military Hospital to stay with our troops on Christmas Day. I didn't spend Christmas with my family. I was with our wounded in the hospital to celebrate Christmas. The year before, I was in Mangu, Plateau State, to also represent Chief of Army Staff to have lunch with our troops. So the issue of whether troops are not taken care of is not true. And I can also authoritatively tell you that the services headquarters, the Armed Forces of Nigeria, is taking good care of the sick and wounded. Some of them that require a medical evacuation abroad are taken abroad for medical treatment. Some went to Egypt, some went to Turkey, I remember, some were in India. And as we speak, some are still there receiving medical attention by the services, taken care of by the services. And also, I want to tell you about, was it in December or November, I don't know the exact date, houses were issued to some of our wounded in action that the military felt may not be able to work again and get these houses. The houses were distributed to them. I was there at Edo. I think Edo is the name of where that train station is. There is an estate there built by the army, and the army issued keys to soldiers, free. So when you talk of welfare of soldiers, don't listen to some narratives that are passed in public domains that some of these narratives are meant to discredit the effort of the armed forces of Nigeria, and we say no to it. Then on the aspect of whether the troops are not, or they have downscaled their operations against cattle rustlers and some terrorists. No, I have read in this report where troops intercepted some trucks loaded with cows and they recovered them. And they are still on the hunt for high-value terrorists. And I've also read in the report for the quota some high value terrorists that were eliminated during the quota. I've mentioned their names. So as for Bello Truji, just a time will come, an appointment will be fixed with him with his maker. Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Yes. Somebody sent a clip to you about impending religious crisis in the north. The north is a very wide geographical area, specifically where? Did you see it on any of the national television? Do you think that something can happen in Nigeria and it is happening and none of the national televisions will carry it? Sometimes as journalists too, we have to synthesize some of the information we get. This is an information age. This is AI-dominated environment. They can carry you now. This thing you have said, they can change it. And when you see yourself saying it, you will faint. You say, am I doing? I didn't say something like that. And your voice, everything. So we have to be circumspect about some of the materials we take on social media and bring it to official forum. But nevertheless, there is no information that is completely bad. We will interrogate it, and if found credible, be rest assured that action will be taken on it. It has been subject of discourse for the past few months when some members of ECOWAS decided to form an alliance and then try to exit ECOWAS. That is true. And what you are saying is that some of those countries, or there are some countries that are trying to exit multinational joint task force. Is it what you are saying? Whether it is true? Now, there is this concept of them say, them say, them say. Where is them say? Them say now who say? Them say, them say. When you hear them say, then there is lack of credibility in that information. But when you say, this has happened, what is the implication? They will be able to answer you. But, multinational joint task force was established by lectured commission countries to address their common concerns of security issues. And of course, Nigeria has been doing well to ensure that that task force is sustained. But if by any chance, or if for any reason, any of the members, feels like pulling out, then you don't need to ask us what will be the implication. There will be so many implications because the synergy we're supposed to enjoy may not be there. However, it will not be in our interest for them to leave because whatever affects them also affects us. Even if a country leaves, it means will be deficit by the effort by the contingent from that country. So effort must be sustained to ensure that we don't have something like that happen. Do you understand? So we'll also interrogate it further and like you used to visit, we'll brief you better. Okay, let me give the last one to the lady.